Welcome back to the Trials of Mana demo with Reese here. Our goal is still to head to Cascade Caverns, and we are absolutely going to do that, but I did want to fight one group of enemies, just so I had a chance to talk about something that I can't believe I haven't already brought up, but the fact that how the game rewards you for killing enemies quickly with more experience and without taking damage is something that one of my favorite action RPGs of all time, Ys Origin, also does. Although with Ys Origin, it's more about how many enemies you can keep killing within a small amount of time rather than how quickly you kill the ones you're fighting. But the basic premise, encouraging you to play better, is the same. Oh, that would have been perfect for the AoE. That was a little better. Alright, let's head to Cascade Caverns. Welcome back, I hope you're doing well. Actually, why don't we save first really quickly? There we are. Alright, into the caverns we go. Oh, and another similarity. Oh, that camera transition was very jarring the first time it happened to me too. Yeah, right there. That's the moment. I also forgot to mention that obviously this game predates the original Trials of Mana, predates this game by a long time. But the choosing different characters and encountering them as you continue throughout the game is also very similar to what Octopath Traveler did on the Switch recently. Ouch. There's an invisible force blocking the way. It's also on PC, but you know what I mean. It was initially on the Switch, Octopath Traveler.
Oh my. What is a magical barrier doing here? This is not good. I must find someone who knows a way to break through this.
I think it just keeps playing the cutscene if I keep doing that. Okay, let's do it one more time. Alright, I'm done. After one more time. Okay, for real this time, let's go back to Astoria. I do like that top-down camera though, even though it's a little janky getting there. The star is right past the pumpkin patch, although we have a few stars to talk to actually. Kurt says I managed to get away from Jad, but now I'm stuck here because of the barrier. I'll never get home to Wendel. Take down the barrier. Hey buddy, if you figure it out, let me know. Gonna spend the night here, I guess. Finding a way home is a problem for future me. You could stay the night here too. Maybe the barrier will magically disappear overnight. You never know. Let's see what this person over here, who was not there when we were exploring the city before, says. You used to be able to go through Cascade Cavern to get to the east, to get to the other side of the lake. Unfortunately, Wendel's closed it off to keep their city safe. And now we have no choice but to head to the inn and rest until nightfall. Or rest overnight, I think is what the other guy suggested, and that's clearly what the game wants us to do as well, so we will. One stays 6 lucre. I don't know, it's not going to break the bank, but still, wish I didn't have to pay it. Let's rest until evening.
What is that? Light?
Reese sleeps in full armor, you know, as one does, especially in a JRPG. There's a mysterious light that we need to investigate. My eyes aren't playing tricks on me. You saw the light too, didn't you? Well, I'll be. You will be, old man.
What a mysterious ball of light. It seemed quite powerful. There is no way to know if it is dangerous or not. I should investigate.
I want to see if anyone else saw it. It's an evil omen. A story and legend say that a phantasmal light will bring the destruction of the town. We're doomed. I don't know about that. I knew it. I told you I saw a light. So this is the same NPC, which is interesting because we saw this is the same NPC that we talked to over the lake at that dead end, but I'm pretty sure there was a duplicate of his model as well, which is of course true to the original game, which is a nice touch that they were willing to keep over. And also, I mean, it's less effort for the developers, so that's always nice when you can stay true to the original game and also have less costs. The light disappeared into the Rabite Forest, and that is where we will go. There's the light, but I think we know where it's going. We're definitely doing a pretty decent amount of damage with our new spear here, which also looks quite a bit cooler as well. The previous one looked like it was made out of wood a little bit. Yeah, if I want to go for that AoE move, I pretty much have to take damage. Which is unfortunate because the not taking damage reward is definitely preferable to the speed reward. Oops. Oh, jeez, that was not right. We are about to have max skills, which means I should probably use one. Oh, we actually beat the light at its own game. Oops. But once again, I don't want to use the skill on anything that isn't at least 3 enemies. And there's a level up, and that's our 2 training points to use. Let's go ahead and spend them on stamina for interception. Damage dealt by enemy targeting the player decreased by 5%. You must equip learned abilities in order to use them. There are many types of abilities. Some will raise your stats, some help during battle, etc. Go to the gear stats menu to try equipping an ability. And there's interception. It's now on Reese. Damage dealt by enemy targeting player, as I just read, decreased by 5%. Do we have any other? No, we don't have any helms to equip or accessories, unfortunately. But we did get the new spear. Oh, it was made out of bronze, not made out of wood, but still. You always want to go with the silver-looking ones. It's nice that the light moves so slowly. It must know that we want experience. Shucks. I do feel as though her animations are a lot slower than Hawkeye's were as well. Which doesn't necessarily make her worse because she's definitely more powerful. I just have to get in more of a mindset of doing less hits before trying to dodge away. Oh, I was expecting there to be some dialogue. So yeah, the game obviously did lead us here, which means we could have gotten the items here anyway, but I liked getting them early. I like exhausting all of my exploratory options in games before going to the main destination. This is a very long black screen. I think the same thing happened in the previous, yeah. I always thought my game was about to crash.
Are you hurt? voice of Laurent, captain of the Amazon Guard. I saw the light from Astoria.
I see. I have no other option. So I suppose you'll do. Hold on.
What?
Oh, never mind. I'll tell you later. Please. I need you to take me to the Priest of Light in Wendel. I can't fly any further on my own.
I am headed the same direction, but there is a barrier around the cavern. I think we are at an impasse.
I can get us through the barrier. But we need to hurry. Something has happened to the Sanctuary of Mana.
The Sanctuary of Mana? Wait. Oh my! Whatever that was, it came from Astoria. I need to go back.
Oh, we need to get going. Let me rest inside you for a bit. You won't see me, but don't worry, I'm still here.
Oh, whoa! Oh, wait! What?
Don't delay. We must see to Astoria.
Her voice is in my head.
Hurry!
Understood.
You take Faerie with you.
So, why are you heading to Wendel?
I wish to see His Eminence, the Priest of Light. I believe he can give me guidance.
Oh, I see you haven't had an easy time yourself.
Yeah, there have been some troubles recently. Should be able to. Oh, no, dodge. Okay. No, I was able to kill in time, actually. I was right about that. Does not happen very often. Jeez, the minimap was throwing me off. I don't know why, considering the fact that the minimap doesn't rotate with you. Let's line up nice and good, and then perfect. Okay, that was really satisfying. Plus 16% experience there. Alright, let's save our game, and then we'll head to the city again, see what's going on. That's the thing about the gameplay, it's just so hard to resist fighting every single enemy. Even though they're level 1 and we're level 4 now. And just give us a little pittance of experience.
What happened? Where is everyone?
This looks like the work of beastmen.
How awful!
There is no time to waste. We have to get to the Priest of Light as soon as possible. Oh, Wendel is in danger.
And now our objective is to immediately leave. Unfortunately, Astoria has now been destroyed, which is why I wanted to take a look around and loot it as much as possible before we went to the cavern. Which is pretty sad. I think we can, yeah, you can only jump up here when it's destroyed, which is why I was surprised and happy that we were able to attack and pick up the item seed before Astoria got lit on fire by the beastmen. So I'm just going to take a very quick... Oh, a chest that wasn't there before, that's cool. I will gladly take that. 100 lucre too, very nice. Did these respawn? They did. Only 6, but still. I see some shinies and another chest off in the yonder distance. We'll head that way as well. but some good stuff. Oh, actually you can. I didn't show this off, but you can walk around in the water here a little bit. But only a little bit, just in case you wanted to splash around a little bit. Another cup of wishes. I did hear some people complaining that the normal difficulty is a little too easy. And I'm not sure if there's a way to change it. Oh yeah, there is a way to change it. So when the actual game comes out, oh, I forgot to mention, you can also change the background music to the original game. Which is a setting that you always want in any remake, within reason. So yeah, when the actual, you can also turn off battle animations, which is cool. I think that's specifically for skills, because they take control of the camera away from you, and that's not always what people want in an action game. But yeah, so when the actual full game comes out, depending on which playthrough I want to continue, whether it's this one or my one with Hawkeye, I might end up upping the difficulty. But even though I do enjoy challenging games, I'm not necessarily someone who needs to be challenged when I play a game. Just depends on the game, it varies.
I was on my way to Wendel, but there's something blocking off Cascade Cavern.
Oh, you see,
Huh? You've got a ferry that can help? Oh, that's what the light over the forest was. Sounds like things are getting interesting around here. So, what's your business in Wendel? Oh, I see. Sounds like you had her rough. Me? Oh, I'm Duran, a soldier from Volsena.
So, you can experience the previous journey of your new companion, Duran, and play through their past. You cannot save during a flashback chapter, and any items obtained during the flashback will be lost. And interestingly, so I was curious how the game would handle this. When I got to this point before, there was Kevin, my second choice companion character, was here. So I guess since I chose Duran for this playthrough, that's why he's here right now. So I assume your second companion character is always here, which then gives credence to my theory that we are about to encounter a character that we could have chosen very soon. And she is from the town that we are visiting on the other side of Cascade Caverns. So I think that if you choose her as a companion, you can get all three early, but if you don't, you have to wait until the full game to get all three companions. I think that's how it's going to work. I'm a little torn on whether or not I want to play through Duran's chapter and this playthrough. Considering that... Yeah, we'll go ahead and play through it. We can't save, and any items obtained are lost, so we'll just go quickly through it, because I'm just curious about the story. So it will not take us as long as Reese's chapter did.
Duran, hey, you're up. Pull yourself together.
Commence the final match for the Sword Mastery Tournament Youth Division. Combatants, forward!
I'll break you like a dry noodle.
I love Bruiser's armor so much.
Give it a try. I dare you.
Begin!
About time I took you down a peg, Bruiser.
So let's see, I'm curious how quickly he attacks. That's pretty quick. Strong, wow. See, they don't bother telling you the tutorial when you're replaying. I actually like his animations a lot more than I was expecting to.
training, lad?
Duran, soldier from Bolsena, kingdom of the plains. His father Loki, the Golden Knight and friend to the hero king Richard, went missing when the young soldier was but a child. His mother succumbed to sickness and grief, leaving him and his younger sister Wendy to their Aunt Stella. Like his father before him, the boy could not deny the pull of the blade. From a young age, he outshone all other swordsmen, and eventually came to be in service to the king himself.
So did I mishear his voice actor in the character select, or is his name actually Duran?
Man, I'm beat.
Hang in there. The next shift is on its way. I'll do one more round in the meantime.
Because I could have sworn that he said Duran.
Papa, where are you going?
Off to slay some dragons. The fearsome beast known as the Dragon Lord is the strongest of its kind. But don't worry. His Highness and I won't lose. Now, take care of your mother and sister while I'm gone. Understood, son?
I will. Bye-bye.
Man, Loki is cool looking. Speaking of Dragon Quest, that hair is very Akira Toriyama.
Your husband, Loki. He took a blow meant for me, causing both him and the Dragon Lord to fall into the depths of an abyss. My men and I searched the area for a week, but to no avail. We could not find Loki.
I see. He fulfilled his duties as the Golden Knight until the very end. I'm sure that's what he would have wanted.
Simone, my lady!
Oh, Stella.
How could you let your illness go untreated for so long, Simone?
If Loki knew I was ill, he would have neglected his duties for my sake. I just couldn't hold him back like that.
You're both such fools.
Stella, my children.
Do not fret, Simone. I will take care of them as if they were my own.
You have my thanks.
Simone?
Shouldn't be sleeping on the job. Come on, don't give in! What happened here? Huh? What's that?
Wow, I'm a big fan of that guy, even though we haven't gotten a good look at him yet. Like that design. And how he blinks forward.
Halt! Who are you?
You are sharper than you look.
What's so funny?
The fact that you are considered the best fighter in this miserable castle. I think it's time I show you how powerless you really are.
No more talking!
What senile old fool would entrust the security of the castle to a child? Oh, my apologies. You work for the king, do you not?
What? Don't you dare insult His Majesty!
Now the finishing blow!
Someone infiltrated the castle! Find them!
Huh. Seems you'll live another day. No matter. If all the king can boast is soldiers of your caliber, we can take this kingdom anytime we choose.
Stop!
Last night, an unknown wizard managed to penetrate our defenses. The soldiers on duty were no match for him. Duran was the only survivor.
Witnesses say the man was wearing a red cloak. It has to be that Altanish cur, the Crimson Wizard.
You mean Altena sent a spy? No honor among the lot of them. We should mount a full-scale attack on their forces before they sneak in again. Who's with me?
Right! Hold! There is no definitive proof that Altena sent the intruder, nor would they have reason to attack our kingdom in the first place. We cannot act rashly. Whoever attacked last night got past our defenses and some of our best soldiers. If we act hastily, we could fall into our enemy's trap. First, we must strengthen the castle's defenses and increase the guard. Then we shall send our own spies into Altanish territory.
Yes, sir.
But why would the true queen of Altena attack Valsena of all places?
That is a great question. I wanted to call attention to the fact that the Crimson Wizard, when we were doing that dialogue and kind of in a battle with him, he was charging up a move called Fireball Plus that had a red AoE indicator on the ground. We have not seen any of those yet with the enemies we've been fighting, but we will when we enter the caverns, and I am a huge fan of telegraphed attacks in games. It's the primary method of avoiding AoE damage in Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO I've been playing for 6 years now. And it's sort of made me appreciate just having a big circle or marker on the ground that says, this is bad, do not stand in here, and you have to move. I just find that very, very fun. So, and you'll see more of that as we continue.
Curses. Curse it all.
Hey! Your wounds haven't healed yet. You should be in bed, silly.
Red. Red, whatever, just... Just let him...
Are you listening to me? Stop whining and listen! I hate you!
Wendy! Wait.
Well, there's a lot of NPCs in here. We'll talk to a few of them. Like this blue ponytail mustache man who we actually can't talk to, and that is a travesty. His Majesty the King will take care of this Altanish cur, mark my words. Don't let the Crimson Wizard get you down. Come out dancing with me instead. How's that injury? His Majesty was asking. I still can't believe that interloper got the better of someone as good as you.
Whining, huh? Walk around town like clear my head some.
I really like the way this town looks, and especially like this big statue of the Hero King. Oh right, 2 lucre that we won't be able to carry with us. So yeah, it's neat looking, but we'll just head to the stars. That old fortune teller was right. I must go back for more guidance. Is that... That's interesting. Maybe it's just hinting at a future character we're gonna see in this intro. The Crimson Wizard is legendary, but I never would have thought the coward was a bloodthirsty spy. Really nice acoustic guitar in this. Just like Animal Crossing, the last game I played. How can we rest easy when Castle Valsena itself was assaulted? I should ask the fortune teller. Okay, yeah, so we were just supposed to hear about that fortune teller. We're now on our way to meet.
Welcome, young man. This shop is for reading fortunes. Your pinched face tells me you have a lot on your mind, son.
My what?
People's lives are 99% destiny, but the rest of your future is always shaped by your will. It is up to you to decide. We call that final 1% hope.
Come now. Anyone can see you bear a great burden. Let this old bird set you on the right path.
Fortunes? Why would I trust my fate to something like that? All I believe in is strength. But I'll listen to what you have to say if you tell me how to become more powerful.
Manners, you oaf! No need for rudeness. To become more powerful, you must head to Holy City Wendel. The Priest of Light can teach you how to switch your class.
My class?
Son, you listen and you listen good. Even a clueless fighter like yourself can eventually change to a better class. Now get out of my shop.
That is some really gamey dialogue. I love that. Wow.
Classes, huh? It means I can defeat the Crimson Jerk. I'll do anything. Well, better head to Wendel and see what all this fuss is about.
Switching classes is always great.
That lousy, conniving, murderous Crimson Wizard is dead meat. I won't let him get away. Not again. I won't come back until he's finished. I won't.
Oh, I guess that cutscene was us packing our things. That's a nice little attention to detail.
Sorry, Wendy. Stella. I really am.
Wait!
Aunt Stella.
Here. I know you already have a bronze sword, but take this instead.
Is this?
This is the sword your father used when he was a young man. Back in the day, he even won the tournament with it, against the young king himself.
Oh.
Now be off. I'll explain the situation to Wendy, don't worry. Be sure to stop by the castle to see the king before you leave. He's waiting to hear from you.
How does he know?
Don't be silly. He knew your father. Of course, the son of Loki would want to travel the world. I, too, knew this day would come. I've raised you as if you were my own son, after all.
Thanks, Aunt Stella. I'll be back. I promise.
Weirdly, Duran's intro segment seems very expedited a little bit, which I'm surprised because he's the sort of the face of the game, and the one I'm sure the developers expect people to choose first. Though to be fair, I gotta give him props, the Crimson Wizard is very cool looking. And Duran does have a pretty interesting backstory.
Your Majesty! Forgive me. It was my weakness that allowed the enemy to escape so easily. I wish to atone for my mistakes. I cannot forgive the wizard for what he did. For the first time in my life, I was utterly powerless. He not only defeated me, he insulted you, my king! He must pay for this. I do not plan to return home until he has answered for these crimes. I cannot.
Acknowledged. You have my blessing on your journey.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
His resolve is truly admirable. I'd feared that perhaps he was raised too proud, but I see that he is just like his father at that age.
Also, I know it's a lot of cutscenes because we're just running from point to point. I appreciate you bearing with me. I really didn't want to miss out on Duran's story. Just to have it as context. Also, sorry for nudging the table there. In a way, I'm kind of grateful that you don't get to... I like his jumping animation, but I don't really like his running animation, just as a random opinion. In a way, I kind of like that you don't get to keep any of the items because it lets us go through it so quickly, even though we do still get to appreciate the surroundings. I like the snowy mountains, I just noticed those. And because we're technically in a tutorial section, it's teaching us how to use items again. Okay, this is more than I was expecting, and I am in love with this area and this song. This aesthetic is very much my jam. There's the moon. I'll tell you what, this is quite a bit longer than I was expecting it to be, so I'm just going to end it here, and then we'll finish Duran's tutorial in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having fun, because I know I am. Well, the Rabbites decided to extend the length of the video for a few seconds. Under 10 to be exact.